Every morning when I wake up, I check in on how our business video sounds did overnight. Even though I sleep, our business doesn't. That's the reality, and I believe the beauty of having your own online business. Today, after I brush my teeth and taking a shower, we will go around Antalya, here in Turkey, and I will show you what it's really like to be a world-traveling field recordist. Hey, I got my chai tea, and so lucky that I have the Zoom H8 always with me in the bag. You see, I can just place it up. The only issue that I'm facing if I'm editing these sounds is the car pass by, but more that some of the drivers have the windows down and the radios are loud, and that can ruin the soundscape because you don't want to have unwanted sounds like a radio. So now let's see what else we can find today here in beautiful Antalya. Pumpkin coffee. And as we all know, all field recorders needs to eat. So what we're gonna do is we filling up our stomach with some really good food here at Pumpkin Cafe. It's a very cute area here, by the way, and the soundscape around this place is beautiful because it is not busy at all, right? You have a little bit of cars, and if people have the windows open, so you get this very nice residential neighborhood soundscape. Just one issue, and I'm gonna show you this, what happened at the car. But if you turn around, there's a car going in, and this is a beautiful sound. So if I would have my equipment already here, placed there, then I would have gotten a beautiful gate open sound effect. But I have all my equipment, but what I don't have is the Zoom F6. All right, yeah. I hope you haven't watched the video of what I carry in my bag yet, because in this video I showed the Zoom F6, but I thought, you know what, I don't want to put the Zoom F6 in the bag, I want to have the Zoom F6 in the Zoom F6 bag. But now I forgot the Zoom F6 bag at home. So we pick up the food, and then we want to show you a spot here, the seaside, on that part of Antalya. I know I forgot the Zoom F6 at home, what is a terrible mistake, but these things happen, right? I don't hope, but I think that also happened to you, right? Leave me a comment down below if this also happened to you. But right now, let's just eat here and enjoy this beautiful view here in Antalya. It's so beautiful. Okay, so what we have here is kind of like a toast. And the people at the Pumpkin Cafe, they're very nice, very accommodating, and a very lovely couple. Right now I can actually record my eating because I have the lavalier down here. So you have the crunch, let's see here. Eating sound effects with Turkish man talking in the background. Sound effects. Ambient. Background soundscape. Footsteps. Stepping back. See, so many sounds just by sitting here. If I would just have the recorder here, you don't want to record conversation, so I would not record here because these two men have a conversation, and that's something you should not record if you are not familiar with how the record sounds on ambience. Never record conversations. That's just not what we're doing as field recorders. Having a crowd where you can't hear certain words, that's fine, but don't record conversations. And we are back on the road. Maybe you have a question like, how is driving in Turkey? And I do have to say that I drove in over 30 countries. I drove camper vans, mini trucks, motorbikes, and I learned a skill set, right, of how I can drive in certain countries. And then you come to Turkey and I know, okay, I can just throw this I can just throw it away. Because the drivers here in Turkey are pretty much unpredictable. Sometimes they don't have, this is just a perfect example here, they just turn when it's red, then they don't have any turn signals on when they just stop in the middle of the road. So you have to be on it in Turkey every single time. There's No other way around. So if you want to drive in Turkey, drive dynamic. Don't drive too static like how you have it might learned in your country. Because it's just different. Driving is so different here. And it's, if you ask me, is it dangerous? Is it dangerous to drive in Turkey? I would say yes, it is dangerous. Maybe not for your own driving skill, but the driving skill of others. Becomes a great example for a person who likes to drive and he looks at me and thinks that I'm wrong, right? That I drive 50 when there is 50, and then he goes over the street like this, but I'm the fool, right? This is my kind of place here, this parking lot, because it has everything from a spy movie. If you look over there, do you see this car? This? Or over there? These are cars that are hidden, and just imagine it's like kind of safe house movies where the people have to get into the parking lot, changing the cars so that they can get to the airport and leave the country. And this is this kind of place here. It's so cool. It has this very interesting and spooky vibe, but also spy movie vibe. Always great to get elevator sounds, especially kind of room tone. I would record it probably with different microphones, but we also want to show you around, so let's do it. So for this kind of sounds, when we take elevator and there are a little bit more people in it, then we're using the binaural microphones. And while I'm setting this up, check out this view. It's beautiful. So I call this unusable audio because, as I mentioned before, it's a conversation, so we don't want to record conversation. It's quite tight, but if you get an elevator sound like this alone, it's gold. It's beautiful. Because then you have this, just this woo woo. So we don't have that, we just have a nice experience. Lots of pirate boats here. Obviously, they're not pirates, they're tourist boats. And if you go to a place like this, I love harbors. Harbors is for me one of the favorite places I record sounds. But this one is, of course, it's a little bit more touristy and there's music going on. And for ambience recordings, might be a little bit more difficult because there's music and there are lots of people around. But that's the good thing about having a geophone or having a hydrophone. And I'm very curious how the sound sounds like underwater, and that's what we're doing. We're gonna take the hydrophone and we put this in the water. So what I do is when I record sounds with the hydrophone, I always try to find places where there are chains, and if I'm lucky, then I have sounds with this chain crackle under the water. Let's see, because there is a chain right here. So what I hear right now is I have a boat engine in the far distance. You can really hear the rotor. I was like, then you have this beautiful crackle sound. Sounds kind of like fire. You know, when you have this fire crackle, it's beautiful. And that's so cool when you have different microphones, different recording devices. There's always a way to avoid these kind of background sounds if it comes to music. Never give up. You know, if you go to a place and you think, oh, there are unwanted sounds, I want to leave. If you have devices like this, there's no reason to leave. That was really cool to get an engine so close with the hydrophone. So let's move on to a new location. Now we have a beautiful drum here, so, and the people in the background. Let me just get this ready here really quick. Should also get always an eye on my equipment. Of course, you know, you can just wait and then they come back, they have a schedule. But it was cool, you know, you come in and you just take the stuff out really quick, you click on the record button so that you have it on the Sennheiser. That's why I have this thing set up over there. I know I always have an eye on it, so you never know, you know. But this is a great place, especially there is no music and there's a beautiful wall. So when I listen to the sounds, I felt like I'm in a computer game right now. It's so cool.
You sure you want to do that?
Never know. The water comes up. It doesn't look like it, but you never know. So we made it to the beach. I can hear Backstreet Boys in the background. Maybe we walk a little bit until the sun is set and maybe we get some more sea sounds. One part you think you are in Nice, and then you find a dog, and then you think you are in Costa Rica. And we are back in our current home, but the day is not over for me. I'm going to prepare a huge Christmas deal for you, so you can get all our Bandcamp sound libraries. They're currently 334 while I'm doing this video, and you can get them all for $12. So this is a lot of work for me. Then I also have to respond to my emails. I have to do another Instagram post, lots of social media. So if a day is over, it goes straight into the night. And if you enjoy this kind of content, feel free to subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're gonna make more videos like traveling the world, sound recording. In our next video, that might be very interesting for you because we're gonna show you how much money we actually make on YouTube after crossing the 10,000 subscriber mark. So thank you so much for watching, and we really hope to see you there.